The Myth of Lonely Island by Hanna. It was a windy day among the ocean as Harold was conducting the boat. All around Harold was bright blue water, shimmering like the sun. He and his crew were on their way to find the long-lost key. This key would open a door to the House of Treasure. Because the house was protected so well, no one was sure whether the tale was a myth or not, so Harold and his crew were on their way to a great adventure. Coming out of this adventure victorious would make Harold and his men legends, rich and founders of the story that had been told for over 1,000 years. The key was said to be located deep in the Pacific Ocean where a small island stood. The island had the name of Lonely Island since nobody could ever find it. On Harold's ship there was only the most trustworthy men named Benjamin, Michael, Robbie, and Steve. This mission to find the key was a secret journey, or else some evil pirates might decide to sneak along and steal the key if it was found by Harold. That night, the ship swayed in the wind and it was just the right temperature outside. Harold and his crew slept very well, and when they woke up, they were ready to continue their journey to Lonely Island, however realized that the wind had pushed them to an island. The sailors got off the ship to explore the island. As they went off to examine, Harold docked the ship and made a member stand on guard just in case. Then Harold went off to investigate the mysterious island. The island appeared very attractive and pretty, which was the tale of Lonely Island. The island also looked like no one had ever stepped foot on it, which would make sense since that was said to be true. After a day of exploring and examining, evidence was found that it was indeed Lonely Island. The crew searched and investigated for the key but had no success. They did find a small shack. The small shack contained clues to where the key could be found, such as "I am not far, but I am near, so keep looking here," and "look up, look down, look all around." This investigation went on for days until a miracle finally happened. The long-lost key of Lonely Island was found. It was found in the secret stairwell in the little shack that led to a downstairs basement. The crew sailed off in their ship very happily and prepared for the long voyage home. They waited to get home and be crowned legends. That night there were very strong winds and a storm came in with heavy rain, thunder, and lightning. As morning approached them, a small ship appeared next to theirs as Harold and his members were still asleep. Pirates suddenly piled off their ship and raced onto Harold's, waking up his squad as well as him. The pirates who were trying to obtain the key from them threatened for them to tell where it was, but Harold and his crew stood strong and fought the pirates off. They weren't going to let these pirates take the long-lost key after all the hard work they put in to get it. The evil pirates vanished into the dark, and as they left, the sun began to rise. Harold continued his voyage home, and after 3 days, finally reached their destination of their hometown. They made an announcement to the town that the long-lost key was found and that Lonely Island was not a myth. Now all they had to do was see if the key really did open the House of Treasures and figure out if the house contained gold. Harold and his crew drove over to the house. The paparazzi followed them. They stood at the front of the door, looking back at all the newscasters videotaping the moment of truth. Harold stuck the key in the gate and turned it. The gate unlocked. He sprinted up to the front door. The town was cheering at the top of their lungs. He put the key in the door and bam! The door flew open, showing the house sparkling full of treasure and gold. Harold and his crew had done something that they never thought to be discovered. They became legends and lived the rest of their lives happy and wealthy. The end.